G'day people, I'm Monster Dad and welcome back to our Space Engineers Survival Extravaganza. As you can see in the background and from the noise under my feet, I've been a little bit busy again getting a few things done so we can move on with this episode. We get back to a proper view. So at the end of the last episode, we'd just done this. I decided to decorate added 2 more wind turbines. Decided to decorate them a little bit and make them a little bit more interesting. I accidentally didn't weld one up all the way. Now if you look, it's got all the resources on there, the full 25 steel plate, but it's just a fraction off welded up, and I did it by accident. I thought, oh, actually it doesn't look that bad, so I was sort of playing around with it. I'll talk about this area in a minute. So, little mine shaft. So here's my iron and nickel mine. Again, didn't fully weld these up because I felt it kind of looked better than the full blocks for a mine shaft. Get up there, get up. Is my light on? No. So I put a little light there, and then welded all this up. Put a light down here, and I've been digging away this area in particular, a bit up there. So yep, ladders work. Very slow to get up, I've got to say, very slow. And I didn't really put much thought into it once I got to the top, so I've still got to use my jetpack to get off. Oh, idiot. There we go. I thought it looked alright. Little wind turbine on top. They're fairly cheap to make, so it powers the lights and that in the mine shaft. So I was going to do that with this is cobalt over here, and then over there by that silicon rock. Oh no, by the silicon rock. No, it wasn't. It was over that way. Silicon. I found when I did the initial hunt around for resources in the first episode, I found a magnesium and silicon deposit area. So I've got the mines started over there for those. So I'll do the same sort of thing on all of them. I just think it's better than just having a bloody hole in the ground, you know, which is what we normally do. But, you know, why not? I mean, once I get a drill ship, these will become obsolete. But at least, you know, it gives it sort of industrialises the area, doesn't it? Bit of moving part, some lighting, it makes a difference. It does to me anyway. So, I've been busy. Where are we? Inventory, that's what I was looking for. Yeah. Oh, nearly done all of the iron ore. That's all the iron ore done. How much do I have now? 7.4 thousand. That's probably not going to be enough, but it should be okay for now. Yep, so the 4 main resources, cobalt, sickle, nickel, silicon and iron, should be good enough to get everything I need for this. So the plan today is to get some hydrogen engines going. So I thought about it, and what I'm going to do is this little setup. I do apologise for that noise in the background. Somebody's on a really noisy motorbike. So I've got a hydrogen engine here, hydrogen engine there, O2H2 generator, O2H2 generator. That's a conveyor block in between the two, just in case I need to stretch something out from here as well. But also down there on each side is a hydrogen fuel tank as well, to collect any excess hydrogen that these things don't burn up. And they burn up a lot. One of the biggest things about these, I mean, they're great engines, I think they look great as well, but they really burn through your ice and your hydrogen. So you need to I need to find an automated way to feed these constantly with ice. Otherwise I would just spend half of my gameplay digging ice and refilling the generators so that these things could, have enough fuel to power everything. But 2 of these engines should be more than enough for our needs here. So the rest of this area here will become my refining area, my factory area. Oh, we've got a hostile mining carriage. So this will be the factory area here, which will have all the big refineries, the assemblers, etc. Yeah, and this will be the power area. So my thought is this area probably doesn't need to be connected directly to the factory area, because, you know, the only reason I need the ice is really to power these and to power my, well, to give me O2 and H2 when I need it. And to that end, I was going to change this little area here, and I was going to try and fit a medical bay in here. I may need to run conveyors underneath to do that. I have to have a think about that. So what have I got here? So the conveyors come around both sides to this central conveyor bit here, and this is a large container, as you probably guessed. So what am I going to do to automatically feed these? Well, if you watch my first season, you saw one of the ice drills. You probably would have saw one of the ice drills that I made, which was like a standalone thing built on top of a large cargo container that had a load of drills that spun around slowly 360 degrees and dug down to about 10-15 meters, because that's all you could do in a lake. Now I'm going to do something slightly different with this one. Same principle, but the plan is to have just a single drill bit, but on a double piston, so it can go down to about 20 meters, because I could go down. Do I want it to go down more than that? If I needed to, I guess I could always take it apart, but also want a piston going outwards so that I can. So what it's going to do, it's going to swing round 90 degrees this way to here, then all the way back round to here, this angle, and it will slowly dig down about 20 meters back and forward with loads of timer blocks, filling this cargo container. These hydrogen generators can then draw the ice through there, and therefore always provide enough power for my 2 hydrogen engines. That's the principle behind it. But I'll also have a piston that's coming outwards as well. So once I've dug down the full extent of the 2 pistons downwards, I can withdraw the pistons, push that piston out a meter or so, and then start the whole process again. So eventually we'll have a big wide 10 meter C-shaped hole going all the way around here, which should be fine. It shouldn't be interfering with anything, as long as I don't fall down it. Die. Oh, speaking of stupid deaths, yeah, let me tell you about stupid deaths. Well, I was down digging my ice, digging the iron, and one of the things I've realised with digging iron, where's my mine? Oh, there it is. Digging your ores on Europa is that you get a ton of ice. Even if you're digging straight into the ore, about half of it comes out as ice. So I picked it all up, and I was down in here. I'll put my light on. Over here, and I had about 6,500 ice on me. So I thought I'll dump the ice and pick some more, get some more iron. So I dumped the ice just there, and this great big 6,500 ice ball rolled back right on top of me and crushed me, and I died. Yeah, talk about stupid deaths. I wish I'd got it on camera, because it was just stupid, honestly. Totally avoidable. Let's fill this up before I die as well. Yeah, so be wary of that. So what was I saying? I can't remember now. Oh yeah, this contraption. So I've been building hopefully all the parts I need to get this done. So what I'm going to do initially is I'm going to weld all this up, and I'll get back to you when I've done that. So I'll see you in just a moment. Later. Welcome back. So we're just about there. I left these open so you can see what's below there. So another conveyor block and a tube connecting through to the big hydrogen tank there. Same on that side. And if we go down there, got one on each side, and they're both connected there as well. I just wanted to get them down out of the way because they're just so big and ugly, quite frankly. Big and ugly. Like most of my ship designs. Okay, so that's... Oh, do you know what I want to do? I want to play around with this bit to get a med bay in there. I'm probably going to put it this side. Bear with me for a minute while I just play around with that, because I really want to fit in a med bay there. Oh, actually, what do I need for medical components? Do I not need silver for that? Medical... Oh, I can't make them in... Yes, I can. No, I can't. Yes, I can. Silver. Now, we did have silver.
Energy low.
Somewhere. Silver, gold and silver, cobalt and silver. We got silver everywhere. Which one's the closest? Oh no, silicon, that one. Gold and silver, 700 meters there. The other one, cobalt silver, 1.5. So it's the gold and silver deposit that's the closest. Okay, well, I am going to go and dig a bit of silver because I want a medical bay. I'm probably going to try and squeeze it in here. It's 2x2 medical bay, isn't it? Now the problem is I still need this to connect through to this, so biggest problem with the medical bay is we have a port on the top and a port on the bottom there, but not side. So how am I gonna have... it'll fit there. Oh no, it won't, because that's 1x1. Oh no, I've got space there though, haven't I? Have a look. So, med bay, it will fit there. $60 metal grid. Are you kidding me? Sorry, I nearly swore then. They're expensive, aren't they? So the port's there. I've got no choice but to bring it over the top and into that one.
Energy critical.
For symmetry on this one, I think I'm going to have to do the same there as well. So I'll have to change that up. I'm going to top up my energy. I'm going to go and get some silver, queue up some more metal grid. Large steel tube 5. I should have everything else, no problem. I've got metal grid. I don't know if I've got 60 of it left though. And I don't think I can make any more. Oh, I've got 93 metal grid, but I need some for some of the other stuff. What am I missing? Cobalt. I need some more cobalt. Okay. Oh, excuse me while I cut again. I'm going to go and get some silver. I'm going to get a bit more cobalt and get... Do you know what? I've got a terrible feeling I can't process silver in the basic refinery. Do you know what? I'm not going to do that. I can do it as it is, but I'll just leave the frame of it there for later. Let me get the stuff I need here. Yeah, that should be the right stuff we need. What I'll do then is, I've got a conveyor tube in my hotbar already. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that there, ready to plumb that in. We'll go like that there, that there, and what I'll do is I'll do a similar thing over here, just so it's symmetrical in here. So that, Idiot. And not that. Boom. So we'll weld those up, and that lot will still be connected, but it'll also have the connection ready to go for the medical bay once I'm able to put it in. Plan. It's a plan. I'm going to run out of small steel tubes, aren't I? I guess it doesn't hurt to have these conveyor junctions spaced around as well, just in case I do need to bring something off it at some point in the future. I don't know what, but you know. There we go. So they're still plumbed in. Perfect. And the medical bay is ready to go. Yeah. So all I've got to do now is build this monstrosity. Now I did go into my creative game and kind of do some measurements and tests of the height, etc. that's needed on this. Now what do I have on me? Should be able to lay the frames for everything. Okay, so I definitely need those. I need pistons, that's for certain. A drill bit. You know, I think that's it. I'll need timer blocks, but I need to do a bit of calculations with a pen and paper with the timer blocks before I sort them out. So what I might do is get this the build finished here this episode, and at the beginning of the next episode I'll have the timer blocks and we'll configure them on camera so you can see how I've actually configured them to make them work. But because we're using two pistons that come down, as well as a rotor that's moving around, stopping, then moving back that way rather than just turning a full circle, there's probably going to be quite a lot of timer blocks. I would think probably between 6 and 8. So I don't, you know, it's not going to be overly, it sounds like it's probably going to be overly complex, but it isn't. Not really. So what we need to do is build this. So I measured it, and I reckon that I need to go about 10 blocks, and this here works out at about, with the conveyor there, works out at about 5. So I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you know what? I'm going to check that. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, because I reckon we needed to go up about 10, but look, that looks too tall now. Okay, we'll try it. So we want a conveyor block on that one. And I want... Oh, I know what I missed. The rotor. The key thing that's actually going to make this work. So I need an advanced rotor for this one, because the advanced rotor allows you to push resources through it. It acts like a large conveyor tube. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll pop a conveyor block there. Then I want a piston on that. Boom. And then a conveyor block on that. Now, try and remember how I worked this out. So I need a piston coming off of that. And conveyor block coming off of that piston. Another conveyor block, and we'll put it there. Another piston. And then finally a drill. Will it fit? Have I got it tall enough? Is that too? That I don't think that could come down one more block. No, I don't think it could. So that's the basic setup for it. So let me get rid of these blocks. Don't need these here. Okay, so this rotor will be set on a timer so that the starting position for the sequence will be at 90 degrees, one side or the other. So the first timer block will move this piston around, or start the piston off for a number of seconds so that it reaches about 90 degrees here. As it's going around, I'll probably do both pistons at once. At their slowest speed will drop down just 1 meter. In fact, they need to drop down... No, that's fine. No, they need to drop down 1 meter before the actual piston starts turning. I'll have to think about that one. But anyway, so drill bit will go down 1 meter. Piston, the rotor will turn all the way to this side, so it will drill 1 meter surface layer off till it gets to here. The piston will then drop another meter. The rotor will then move back around to there, swing to 90 degrees, so we'll drill another meter layer off the surface. The piston will then drop another meter, and so on. It will swing back, drop a meter, swing back. So each piston will drop it 10 meters. So once that piston is fully extended, the next piston needs to engage 1 meter at a time. Now that's going to be the difficult bit, because there's no way I'll be able to get timer blocks to, because I think the maximum a timer block can time something is 3 minutes, and it will take way more than 3 minutes for that process to go. So what I'm going to attempt to do is drop each piston 1 meter, so the drill will drop 2 meters each time it drops. Now I'm hoping that that's not going to be too deep, that the piston won't be able to, that the drill bit won't be able to move through the surface layer, because that would be an issue. And then once the pistons are at their full extension, we've drilled that bit, we'll reset it all, move that out 1 meter, that piston, and then start the whole thing off again, and it will go, and it will continue like that. So we'll drill down 20 meters each time, and we'll end up moving out 10 meters. So we'll have a 10 meter wide and 20 meter deep C shape eventually dug out of this, and that should be a lot of ice. I would estimate probably 20 million units of ice, which should keep these running for a very long time, he says, hopefully. But it's worth doing to feed these, because they're just so hungry, you know, really hungry. So what I'm going to try and do is hopefully have enough resources to weld all of this up now, and I'll show you the fully welded finished article in just a moment. So I'll get back to you in a split second. Later. Okay, welcome back. Alright, nearly had enough. I'm just a few large steel tubes short of a full tube, I guess you could say, and I've run out of iron, so I'm going to have to dig some more iron. So in between episodes we're going to have to dig a bit of iron, a bit of cobalt. I think I ran out of cobalt as well, although I think there's still some processing in there. I'm curious now, I'm going to have a look. Yeah, I still have tons of cobalt. Let's prioritise that. Yeah, so iron, I need to dig again. I think I've dug about 30 or 40,000 units of that already. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to dig some more. So yep, I'm not sure why the rotor moved. The rotor lock is actually on, but it seemed to move anyway. Anyway, so there it is. There's a setup. Now, I don't see any reason why it shouldn't work. As I say, the only question mark is over whether I can drop the drill 2 meters into the ice and still have it safely do that semicircle movement as it drills, or whether that's too deep and it might cause some problems. I may have to... I mean, do you know what? We can test it. We'll test it next episode. But I'll need to do some figuring out and do some maths and calculations with the timer blocks between now and the next episode. I'll get the timer blocks set up. I'm probably going to set them up sort of either side of here, along here and along there. 6, will 6 be enough? I'm not sure. If I need to, I can just drop off this block under here and put another timer block under here. At least that'll make it look fairly neat. Yeah, and that should supply more than enough ice for these 2 generators. It does look like a lot of work just to get a couple of generators working, but bear in mind, you know, we don't have access to uranium on the planetoids now. Normally we'd stick a uranium reactor there and we wouldn't bother with this sort of thing, and we'd just get a factory going. But yeah, these beasts are hungry, really hungry, but I need them to power some proper refineries, because this basic refinery just doesn't, it isn't good. It's not fast enough, and it doesn't do enough of the metal resources that we need. For instance, I can't put the med bay on there until I get the proper factory going. So yeah, so next episode the objective will be to get this running and get these 2 hydrogen generators running. Once I have those running, I can then refine more resources to actually build some proper refining systems here, and then I need to think about a drill ship, and that in itself is a problem actually. As I said earlier, when you mine out the ores on Europa, you end up about half of what you mine, even if you're mining directly into the ore node, comes out as ice. And now what you'd normally do if it was rock, I'd put a couple of ejectors on the back of the mining ship that would push out all the rock as I mined it in. It would just chuck it out the back of the ship. I could do that with ice, but I'm going to need the ice possibly to power a hydrogen generator on the actual ship. So if it's throwing out all the ice, I'm not going to have enough ice in there that's producing hydrogen to power the engine. So what I'm thinking is, once I've built my scout ship, I might go and scout out a couple of asteroids and find some uranium. And once I get some uranium, I think I might put a uranium reactor on the mining vessel. That way I can kick out the ice that I drill with the ores without having to worry about my engine packing up on me. And I think that's probably the way to go with the mining ship. I just can't think of any other way to do it. I mean, I could power it with batteries, but you know, batteries and hydrogen engines, they don't. Well, that's the other thing as well. It'll need to be powered by hydrogen engines as well, and I need the ice to power the hydrogen engines as well. So I've got to have ice being processed in the mining vessel. I can't have it all being thrown out, otherwise it will just stop working down the hole, and that'll be the end of it. So uranium, I think, has got to be the way to go with a mining vessel at least. So that will be a task once we build the scout vessel, is to locate a source of uranium, and from there we can build a mining vessel and really get this show on the road. But yeah, but I'm fairly pleased with this. I've got some ideas about how to decorate it. Now I wanted to get some hatching, you know, like, you know, the industrial hatching type thing, the orange hatching down the sides of these, you know, like as big danger, be careful stepping over this area. But there's no way to do it. If this was Empyrean, you'd be able to do it, because they have some great creative ways to decorate blocks, but not so in Space Engineer. So what I'm thinking of doing is putting a row of LCDs on the ground along here, because you can have that danger sign on an LCD And that, I think, would work just as well, because the LCDs stay fairly, you know, they stick up a little bit, but I think that's fine. You know, I think that's okay. And on the LCDs you can have like these, like danger, like that. I'm not going to change it, but that's the sort of thing I'm thinking of, and get some nice colours and down that row and down that row, and do probably a nice dark gunmetal grey colour down the centre here, and I think that will look alright. Yeah, but yeah, we'll try and make it look nice as possible. There will be a roof going over it eventually. It's all open air at the moment, can't be helped. But thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. What am I doing? I'm trying to get a screenshot, but I'm going to have to wait till it's daylight. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Monstad, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!